Hi guys, it's Jen here and welcome to Jen's World About Art. Today I'm doing a watercolour painting for you of the beautiful Australian platypus. So these guys are really unusual and unique. So these guys are endemic to Australia. They're dependent on our rivers, streams and bodies of fresh water. They are in eastern Queensland and New South Wales and eastern, central and southwestern Victoria, throughout Tasmania as well. They become reproductive as they get a little older. The females don't breed until they're about 4 years old. They'll lay 1 to 3 eggs, and then they have a 21-day gestation, and then she incubates the eggs for about 10 days, after which she takes care of the babies, and at about 4 months they all come out of the burrow. So the males have a spur on their back legs, so they're venomous, but they'll hurt an adult human, but they won't kill you. They're just, they just use it as defense. So they're generally really timid and shy. They're just absolutely gorgeous little things. So now, as you can see, I'm going in with a bit of transparent sienna on his bill, and now I'm using a bit of burnt umber, and I'm taking that around his coat, because they've got very dense coat, waterproof, and it's good for insulation for them. So yeah, I'm taking that all over his body, and now I'm running over the top again with another layer of burnt umber, and I'm running that down with a damp brush. So I've got some variation in tone. As you can see, it's darker on the top of his back and it softens as it goes down his body. And now I'm deepening up the shadow areas with a bit of burnt umber and a bit of ultramarine. I've made it sort of a grey, dark grey colour, and I'm darkening up all the shadow areas. So this takes quite a few layers. So now I'm darkening up his tail. They've got quite a flat tail. So their tail is really useful. They use that for fat reserves. So yeah, they can store their body fat in their tail and use it, as their body needs it. So now I'm doing his bill, and I'm going in and making it grey, a darker grey. And I'm popping a bit more texture, or deeper colour rather, around his face. And then I'm taking, this is Payne's grey, and I'm taking this around over the top of all the brown to give him some fur texture. So I'll take that across his body. I'm using my Schminky watercolours today. So these are one of my favourite watercolours to use. They're just gorgeous. These ones and Senneliers are my favourites. So now I'm running that all around his body, taking it down his back legs. Just keeping up with the fur texture, trying to keep the fur texture random. So now I'm darkening up his tail. And I go in and add another layer to his beak. His bill. So just darkening that up. And do the underside as well. So now I'm mixing up a green with yellow ochre and ultramarine, and I'm running that under him. So he's walking down the bank towards the river. So I've invented this posture, or this scene. There's very few reference photos actually of platypus. So I'm just going by a mix of a multitude of different videos I've seen, different photographs, and I've just sort of made this picture up of this little guy walking down the riverbank. So now I'm going in with a bit of yellow ochre, and I'm popping a little bit of fur texture under his belly. And as you can see, it's bled out a little bit onto the grass, but that's okay. I can tidy that up a bit later. So I pop his little eye in, and now I'm popping some detail onto his feet. So I'll pop his little toes in. And then I'll pop the toes on the back feet. And then I'll pop a little bit more detail on his bill and darken up that top of his bill. So as you can see now, I can just take a tiny bit, it's not a very damp brush, just a little bit of a damp brush, and just move around where I'd had a bit of a bleed from the fur on him, and it's tidied that right up. So now I pop a little bit of Potter's pink around his toes and around his eye, and a little bit of black around, Payne's grey, around the bottom of his bill, and darken that right up. And then I'm going in with a bit of burnt umber, and just to deepen up the texture in his fur, around his belly and in his shadow areas. And now I'm going in, I've got a little bit of white gouache just to pop a bit of shine on his bill, on the top of his bill and around the trim of his eye. And anywhere he's got little highlighty bits, and he's got some white fur amongst the tan fur on his belly, so I'll just pop a little bit of gouache there as well. And now I go over the top of everything with a little bit of transparent sienna, just to give him some variation in his colour of his coat. Take that around parts of his body that I feel that need it. Around his back leg, tidy that bit up a bit more definition there. And now I'm going in with a fine liner and just darkening it, just putting a black line where he needs just the darkest dark. So around his eye, his pupil, and just the trim of his bill. So now I'm going in with my graphic fine liner in grey, and I'm just finishing off some finishing touches here and there just to add a bit of texture to the fur. So I'm just about done. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've had a ball painting this little guy. I'd love it if you'd click like and subscribe. Yeah, and I'll see you guys for my next video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then. Okay, bye.